Welcome home. This is Audio EXP, the weekly podcast from Geek Native. I am your host, Gertie, and today is the 1st of August, 2026. Fresh off the back of San Diego Comic Con and right in the middle of a bustling Gen Con weekend, we are covering high-level corporate departures at Wizards of the Coast, unexpected system announcement from major publishers, and a look at Marvel's upcoming cinema lineup, and a wave of new role-playing game releases. Before we dive into the convention news, we have a major update for our community features. Voting has officially closed, and Table Cat Games are our celebrated honorees for the August RPG Publisher Spotlight. We are reaching out to the studio to prepare our in-depth interview, so keep your eyes on the site throughout the month. Meanwhile, the ballot box is already open for our September studio. You can cast your vote right now, and the 5 independent nominees seeking your backing are Sky Dawn Game Studios, the OG GM Adventures, Red Rune Publishing, Eldritch Tide Games, and TTRPG Kids LLC. To cast your vote, visit the patrons only page. Our lead story this week landed just as the halls opened in Indianapolis. John Hight has stepped down as the president of Wizards of the Coast right ahead of Gen Con. Hight, who took the helm to steer Hasbro's digital and tabletop gaming division, leaves at a critical moment for the brand. In his parting statement, the outgoing executive asserted that Dungeons & Dragons is stronger than ever as he departs, pointing to digital integration and steady core sales. However, industry analysts and veteran players are raising questions about whether this claim holds up under scrutiny, given recent storefront shifts, licensing adjustments, and growing competition from independent systems. Despite executive movements, Wizards of the Coast dropped several major product announcements at the show. In a surprising turn for classic settings, D&D is reviving Dark Sun with an 18+ age rating and shrink-wrapped physical releases. The brutal desert world setting of Atheus has long been a fan favourite, but its mature themes of survival, tyranny, and environmental collapse mean that the new edition is being packaged explicitly for older audiences. Looking further ahead, Wizards also confirmed that D&D will launch an official Star Wars crossover in 2027 as part of its Universes Beyond expansion, bringing lightsabers and force powers directly into the 5e rule set. Wizards was far from the only publisher making headlines at Gen Con. White Wolf surprised attendees by announcing Vampire Masquerade 6th edition, along with an immediate open alpha playtests, signalling a ground-up mechanical refresh for the World of Darkness. Over at Artal Saurian Games, the studio launched a prehistoric role-playing game titled Fossilized Violence for Gen Con, giving players a brutal Stone Age survival experience. Meanwhile, Free League Publishing had a busy weekend launching the Invincible RPG worldwide and debuting their Unbound digital platform at Gen Con, offering a unified digital toolkit for the tabletop lines. And rounding out the convention floor highlights, Darrington Press showcased a major expansion for Daggerheart, while new details emerged for D&D Icons, the atmospheric horror system 13 Omens, showing how much momentum is building across established and indie studios in our full Gen Con 2026 news roundup. Outside the convention halls, major new rule sets are hitting pre-orders and crowdfunding. Modiphius has officially published a new game as the Discworld TTRPG core rules marks a return to the cobbles of Ankh-Morpork, letting players explore Sir Terry Pratchett's beloved fantasy setting. For groups seeking darker tones, Green Odin has launched a Kickstarter bringing the Japanese doom metal role-playing game Nobunga's Black Castle to life, blending heavy metal music aesthetics with historical dark fantasy combat. We also have 2 fresh quick start reviews on the site this week for storytellers looking to try new mechanics without spending a penny. You can check out our impressions of the free sci-fi rules within Cold Stars, the quick start review, or dive into a gothic investigation with our Dance Macabre quick start review. And switching to cinematic comic news, San Diego Comic-Con delivered major updates for moviegoers. We have broken down the fall schedule following Marvel Studios revealing its major film slate and executive moves at SDCC 2026, mapping out the narrative timeline for Phase 6 and beyond. And if you're looking for an unusual seasonal outing in Scotland, we have a wonderfully quirky local event to highlight. A zombie zoo containment facility is set to take over the Glasgow Botanic Gardens this Halloween, combining immersive outdoor theatre with survival horror elements in the city's famous glass houses. Finally, for digital tabletop collectors, Fanatical has launched an exceptional bundle deal. You can pick up a massive library of classic military sci-fi with Twilight 2000 and 2300 AD classic saga RPG bundles, securing dozens of retro rulebooks and campaign modules for a fraction of the original price. Now that's it for this week. Thank you for listening to Audio EXP. For all the links, Gen Con updates and full stories, head over to Geek Native. Until next week, stay geeky.